Good day, everyone. Today we will talk about the Islamic banking and finance. So first, let us define what is Islamic banking. Islamic banking is a financial system based on Sharia or the Islamic law. Its main goal is not just the profit, but also fairness, ethics, and social responsibility. Here, transactions must involve real and tangible assets. It prohibits interest, or what they call the riba. It promotes economic justice, transparency, and shared responsibility. So here in Islamic banking, profit is important, but hindi lang yun yung only goal. Islamic banking values ethical and fair dealings equally. So let's proceed to the key products in Islamic banking. Number one, we have murabaha, or cost plus sale. In here, the bank buys an item and sells it to the client at a higher price. For example, yung client gustong bumili ng laptop worth 30,000. Then, bibilhin ng bank yung laptop, bibili ang bank ng laptop worth 30,000. Then, ibebenta sa'yo ng 35,000 payable installment. So, doon, yung bank sinasabi clearly yung tubo niya na 5,000. Next, we have the mudaraba, investor plus manager. Bank is equals to yung magbibigay ng capital and yung client ang magmamanage ng business. For example, bank gives 100,000 pesos pang negosyo. Then, ikaw or yung client is magtatayo ng food business. Then, yung profit na makukuha dun sa business na yun is paghahatian nyo. For example, like 60% yung sayo, then 40% naman yung makukuha ng bank. Pero pag nalugi, take note that yung bank yung magsasuffer more. Kasi sila yung nagbibigay ng pera sa'yo, ikaw lang yung kumbaga effort yung sa'yo, sa kanila yung pera. Next, we have ijara, or leasing or rent system. Here, bank ang owner ng asset, then ikaw yung renter. For example, yung bank merong kotse or house. Then gusto mo ng, for example, kotse. Then bank ang bibili. Then ikaw ang magbabayad monthly ng rent. Hindi agad sa yung kotse, but binabayaran mo. It's like just a rent din, lease nga. Then next we have istisna, also known as order now and parang gawa later. Ganito siya. For example, magpapagawa ka ng house. Then bank ang magpo-fund sa contractor. Then later on, babayaran mo yung bank in agreed terms. Commonly, ito siya ginagamit sa construction or manufacturing. Next, we have the musharaka, or partnership. In here, same kayong mag-i-invest ng bank. For example, ikaw, may 50,000 pesos ka, then yung bank mag-i-invest din ng 50,000 pesos, total of 100,000 pesos in business. Then, yung profit and loss is mag-share pa rin kayo whether it is a profit or loss. Ang pinagkaiba lang nito sa mudaraba is, yung mudaraba is siya yung, kumbaga yung bank yung if may loss, sila yung mag-suffer. Pero dito kasi, equal. Shared kayo, whether profit or loss. Then, next we have the sukuk, or Islamic bonds. In here, investments are based on real assets, hindi siya interest. For example, mag-invest ka sa project like building, then kikita depende sa performance nung asset na yun. Then, parang bond siya pero walang interest. So, overall, as we all know, Islamic banking prohibits yung interest or riba. Instead, gumagamit ito ng buying, selling, leasing, and partnership strategies. Ang goal ito ay ang hindi lang kumita, but maging fair and ethical sa lahat ng transactions.
So now let's move on with the roles in global trade of Islamic banking and finance. So basically in Islamic banking, it just observes the term murabaha. What is murabaha? So murabaha is the disclosure of the markup rate to the purchasing company. For instance, a purchasing company purchases either an asset, an equipment, or a property, then the transaction includes the disclosure of the markup rate. Actually, the murabaha is not limited only to Muslims. It is actually being implemented in other countries around the world. Moving on to the historical development, we have here the timeline. In the year 1963, it is the establishment of the first modern Islamic finance institution. And then in the year 1975, it is the founding of the Islamic Development Bank and the Dubai Islamic Bank. And then moving on to the year 1980s, it is the expansion of the Islamic banking to the Middle East areas. And to 2000s to present is the continuation of the expansion of these Islamic banks.
To the supporting institution and governance, growth doesn't happen in a vacuum. Major players like the Islamic Development Bank and ICI provide the global infrastructure and risk protection needed for the industry to thrive. But it's the government or governance that builds trust. Every Islamic bank is overseen by a Sharia supervisory board to ensure total compliance with Islamic law, while AAOIFI sets the global standards that keep the system consistent, credible, and transparent across borders.
So let's proceed to the core principle and overview of Islamic banking. So Islamic banking is a type of banking system that follows Sharia law or Islamic law. The main goal of this system is to promote fairness, transparency, and ethical financial practices. So first principle is we have no riba o yung sinasabi nilang no interest. So ibig sabihin, bawal ang pagpapautang na may tubo or interest. Kasi nga, in Islamic belief, unfair ito, especially sa borrower. Instead of earning true interest, kumikita sila through profit or sharing or trade. Then second is the no gharar or uncertainty. This means bawal ang unclear or risky transaction. Halimbawa, hindi pwede yung hindi malinaw ang mga terms, mga date, may hidden condition na dapat ganito ganyan, and dapat clear and transparent ang agreement para iwas yung panlalamang. Then third is no haram activities. Of course, by means of Islam, or yung pagiging yung Islamic religion itself, we follow yung mga Islam belief follows only yung mga halal o mga ginagawa lang nila yung mga halal. So ibig sabihin nga no haram activities. So bawal mag-invest or mag-finance sa mga prohibited businesses like gambling, alcohol, or illegal activities, and etc. So ethical talaga ang focus ng Islamic banking, not just like yung kumbaga focus on financial side. So, syempre, mas lamang pa rin yung, kumbaga, ethical na nung Islamic banking. So, next is risk sharing. Dito, parehong parties, like the bank and the client, share the profit and loss. So, ibig sabihin, hindi lang isang side ang may risk, kundi parehong involved kasi nga dapat fair. Kumbaga, also, in Islamic belief din, justice must prevail always. Then lastly is asset-backed financing. Ibig sabihin, every transaction must be supported by real asset like property or goods. Hindi siya purely paper transaction lang, kaya mas stable and less speculative. So overall, Islamic banking focuses on ethical, fair, and transparent financial practices. So now, let's discuss naman about the critics and limitation of Islamic banking. So even though it is growing worldwide, marami pa rin criticism ang Islamic banking. So one of the main issues is that it sometimes resembles conventional banking. So sinasabi ng iba na kahit bawal ng interest, parang napapalitan lang siya ng ibang form but same effect pa rin. So another limitation is lack of standardization. Since iba-ibang interpretation ng Sharia law, depending on scholars or countries, nagkakaroon ng inconsistencies. So what is allowed in one country might not be allowed in another. So next is complexity and higher costs. So dahil strict ang rules and compliance of requirements, mas complicated ang structure ng Islamic banking products. So dahil dito, of course, mas nagiging expensive o mahal siya compared sa traditional banking. So another issue is limited public awareness. So of course, hindi naman lahat ay Muslim or naniniwala sa, nasa side ng Islamic beliefs. Maraming taong hindi familiar sa Islamic banking. Of course, yung mga, especially mga non-Muslim countries, kaya hindi pa siya widely used or accepted. Lastly, may liquidity challenges din. So this means nahirapan sila to manage the cash flow because they cannot use interest-based financial tools nga like conventional banks. So in conclusion, kahit ethical and fair ang Islamic banking, it still face challenges in terms of consistency and cost and global adoptions. Thank you.
Core Islamic banking is more than just finance. It's an ethical, values-based system. By prioritizing fairness, transparency, and asset-backed risk sharing, it connects money to real economic value. Today, it stands as a powerful alternative for anyone, Muslim or otherwise, seeking a more responsible way to invest. Challenges remain, but the evolution of Islamic finance is only making the global financial system stronger.